cover about a way into business climate in Thailand. Before getting into detail about the Thailand business climate, first of all, I have two questions to ask all of you. The first one is, do you know how Thailand developed the economy? And the second one is, how my Thailand economy is developing. As you know, Thailand is the Southeast Asian country. The government is a constitutional monarchy with the king as the chief of the state and the prime minister as the head of the government. Thailand is the second largest economy in Southeast Asia and also the second largest importer in the region, which led Thailand into the middle income country. Moreover, its GDP depends on three sectors of economy, such as agriculture, 8.4%, industry, 39.2%, and service, 52.4%. In terms of the economy system, Thailand has a mixed economy system with a mixture of private liberty and centralized economic planning and government regulation. Moreover, Thailand is also a member of Association of Southeast Asian Nations and the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation. This is all about the general information about Thailand. Let's go through into detail about the business climate in Thailand. Thank you.
As all of us know, Thailand is one of the most developing countries in Asia. Also nowadays, Thailand stands in the rank of 21st country that have highly development. In 2003, the real estate market in Bangkok was starting to pick up. That year, the price of luxurious condominium jumped 34%. Half-finished buildings during the crisis were completed and sold, and developers were demolishing neighborhoods to make ways for the new buildings.
Now, let's continue to the next point is the geographical of Thailand.
Thailand is a country that has a total area of 513,120 km square. The land border is 4,863 km, along with Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, and Malaysia. The location of the country can provide a lot of benefit and opportunity to Thailand society in order to trade with other countries. Moreover, it controls the only land road from Asia to Singapore and Malaysia, and it has 299,397 km square of economic zone.
In Thailand, we can divide into 6 areas, such as Northern Thailand, Northeast Thailand, Central Thailand, Eastern Thailand, Western Thailand, and Southern Thailand. But the most important area that really have the economy of Thailand are Central Thailand, Western Thailand, and Southern Thailand. Firstly is Central Thailand. Central Thailand is the heartland of Thailand with 21 provinces, and the irrigation system was created for wet farming in the local areas and government as central finance to Thailand from 13th century till modern Bangkok. Furthermore, Bangkok is the central point of exchange, transport, and the trading of Thailand. Secondly is Western Thailand.
Western Thailand is an area that has 5 provinces such as Kanchanaburi, Phetchaburi, Prachumkiri Khan, Ratchaburi, and Thak province. Those places is mostly full of forests, which is a silent place for animals and beautiful nature. Minerals and water are important resources, and mining mineral is an important industry in that area.
Okay, now let's come into the last important area is Southern Thailand. Southern Thailand is the cultural regions of Thailand. That's why the economy in that area depends on tourists, and other more are palm oils and rubber plantations are the more popular plants in that area. In Geographic province, 52% of the province farmlands is palm plantation. Because of the beautiful location of Thailand, Thailand can create 8 international seaports, including 4 private ports which are allowed to handle cargo. Bangkok Port, Liang Chabao Port, Sir Racha Harbour Port are the biggest commercial port in Thailand. Although in the century of COVID-19, the export and import of Thailand are decreasing, but if we take a look into the past, we can see that the export and import of Thailand are increasing 8.93% every year, according to the Trading Economy and the Ministry of Commerce Thailand.
First of all, Thai education. The current Thai education system stems from the reform set by the 1999 National Education Act. There are over 37,000 educational institutions and nearly 20 million students in that education system. There are nearly 20 million students in Thailand enrolled from early years to higher education and compulsion, both formal and non-formal education. 82% of education institutions spanning all sectors are public and 18% are private. In Bangkok, this figure is 70% public and 30% private. There are 2.2 million students in the higher education sector. Recent studies suggest that the most important management reform to enhance education quality is to establish a solid accountability system at all levels of education management: teacher, school management, district education unit, ministry executive, and the education minister, and finally the prime minister. Second, standard living. There are approximately 63 million people in Thailand. In the capital, Bangkok, there are 5.6 million people. In 2011, Thailand faced challenge to further improve its education and healthcare system while addressing the accumulated environmental damage from its rapid growth. The country has made impressive progress in providing education and healthcare to most of the population. Thailand has made commendable socio-economic progress since the 1970s and has ambition to become a high-income country by 2036. Trend GDP growth has declined progressively since the 1970s due to the unexpected shock, including the 1977 and 1998 Asian financial crisis and the 2008 global financial crisis. In more recent time, growth has been hampered by the 2011 floods, which disrupted activity in key industrial areas and broader political uncertainty which affect investor confidence. Thailand growth has thus remained below estimate from potential and is slower than in many comparator countries in Asia.
Human resources in Thailand. Thailand's human assets are more awful compared to Singapore and a few other Southeast Asian countries. Thailand has numerous potential both under study and instruction to raise their instruction quality. In potential, Thailand is more great than Singapore because it can expand. Employed person 2018 until 2021. The number of employed persons in Thailand increased to 37,821.80 thousand in the second quarter of 2021 from 37,580.88 thousand in the first quarter of 2021. Unemployed person 2018 until 2021. The number of unemployed persons in Thailand decreased to 788,000 in the second quarter of 2021 from 758.6 thousand in the first quarter of 2021.
Hello everyone, my name is Kim E. Today I'm going to take you on a trip to the Thai political situation and its influence on foreign direct investment starting from the beginning of the 21st century. Do you know what Thailand's political situation starting from 2001 is like? To make things easier, we have divided Thailand's political situation into different phases. They are the stability periods from 2001 to 2007, and then the instability period from 2008 until the beginning of 2014. This is when Thai suffer from numerous protests. Some of the protests can be as serious as leading toward the closure of airports and roads. And those protests were put to stop and the country was stabilized under the Thai government of a military coup leader named Prayut Chan-o-cha from 2014 to 2019. In the present day, Thai is no longer governed under a military government. After the election ended in 2019, the Prime Minister of Thailand is still Prayut Chan-o-cha. From this, we will connect the theory to Thailand's political situation and its foreign direct investment. Based on one of the Harvard Community Research papers, It suggested that economic growth and political stability are deeply interconnected. On the one hand, the uncertainty associated with an unstable political environment may reduce investment and the speed of economic development. From the collected data that retrieved from the World Bank show the following data. From 2001 to 2007, Thai seems to do great on its foreign direct investment. The foreign direct investment net inflows is shown to have higher proportion than the foreign direct investment net outflows. From 2008 to 2014, the foreign direct investment net outflows seems to increase and foreign direct investment net inflows seems to decrease. From 2014 to 2019, we noticed that when Thailand was put under tight control of a military government, its foreign direct investment seems to be worse than its instability period. Even when the country was put in a much more stabilized condition, the foreign direct investment net inflows continued to drop, while the foreign direct investment net outflows continued to increase. The reason might be because martial law usually make investors and businesses very nervous. Some foreign investors have pulled their money out of the country. We can see this as a consumer do not have confidence in the future state of the economy. The consumption behavior or purchasing behavior either decrease, stale, or are growing slowly. Investors postpone investment. As we can be seen from the graph, it shows that Thailand's consumption growth was comparably lower than most of the ASEAN countries. We can say that the political situation affects the faith of the citizens on its countries, which matters a lot on foreign direct investment as the collapse of consumption expenditure after the coups led to a slowdown in investment.
My name is Cindy Liang. So today I'm gonna talk about the Thailand trading partner. Thailand trading partner is the most important such as the service, communication, telecommunications, labor and taxation, government, and society. There are a lot of countries that want to become a Thailand trading partner. So today I'm gonna show you about some of the latest biggest countries that become a Thailand trading partner. The main of the country is United States, Japan, China, Singapore, and Malaysia. Those are the countries is the import and export of the Thailand trading partner. The import is a lot of products such as the vehicle, chemical, petroleum, iron, steel. The export of the Thailand trading partner is clothing, road, vehicle, accessory. United States is among of the largest of import soft market. Japan is also the big of market, largest soft of export economy. So that's all of my topic. Let's continue to the next content. Thank you.
To summarize, Thailand is considered to be very developed and compared to other countries in the region, in spite of various obstacles such as the global finance crisis, GFC in 2011, and political unrest in 2012. It has progressed from a low income to an upper middle income country in the middle of the year. Thailand GDP growth rate, and GDP per capita are all above average. GDP per capita is also high, suggesting a higher standard of living, economic growth, and productivity, among other things. Although Thailand has a low unemployment rate, labor market efficiency, and harm its competitiveness. To improve the result, the government has spent money on tertiary education so that future workers would be able to satisfy the demand of the job market. Thailand is doing extremely well economically in spite of its numerous obstacles and problems. Thailand is hoped to be able to continue expanding and developing in a more stable environment once the political instability is resolved. 2020, Thailand was hit by COVID-19 pandemic, which had a devastating economic impact, causing widespread job losses, hurting both middle class, poor households, and jeopardizing hard-won poverty reduction gain. Poverty grown to 6.4% in 2020 as a result of COVID-19, resulting in the external demand in major commerce and tourism, supply chain disruption, and weaker domestic consumption. Thailand's economic growth dropping by 6.1% in 2020. To ensure an inclusive recovery and re-establish momentum for poverty reduction, policy goals should include increasing social assistance payment for vulnerable population and addressing vaccine hesitancy with increasing immunization coverage.